Anyway, it's freezing out there. The streets of Las Vegas are empty. Even cars aren't driving around. This is going to be a slideshow of the area for people that have not been up there. Because we talk about the Agave Pit 1, Agave Pit 2, the cut, this, that, whatever. So this is going to be a slideshow, not everything. It would be slideshow 1. But just for reference, here's Agave Pit 1. Okay, because you'll see them, and I'll mention it in the slideshow. There's Agave Pit 1. There is also up, I think it's called Black Canyon. There is an Agave Pit right up here. But this is Agave Pit 1. Agave Pit 2, of course, is the cell phone mine. So when I show that, you're looking right down at it from the cell phone mine. That's Agave Pit 2. There's Wild Horse Saddle. There's the cut. There's Agave Pit 3, the mother of all agave pits on the planet Earth that I know of. Thousands of years used. Agave Pit 3, Agave Pit 4. And I'll mention that. Now here's Sword Killer's hideout. I don't have a picture in there for that, but I will show it. There's the mcave. So let's do the slideshow. Let's see, how do I do this? Okay, so they're kind of in random order, so I'll just narrate. There's Agave Pit 2. Anyway, there's Agave Pit 2. I don't want to say the wrong thing. There's the mcave. Now to think, someone went up there, popped a beer, drank half of it, and put it in there with coins as a thing to Kenny Veach. Who would do such a thing? But that's the mcave. There's nothing there. Crumbled up water bottle. That's how I do it, because as you drink them, you crumble them up and you don't have any volume in your pack. Your pack, the volume becomes less and less. I spent the night up there. This is Kenny Veach. This is from the mcave, or the cell phone mine. I spent the night up there. Well, who knows? He said it could be this, it could be that. Even he didn't know, but that's viewing up. I spent the night up there. I spent the night up there. This ridge right here from the saddle is where he went up. That's what I saw in the mcave, but I escaped. There's the mcave, some innocuous screen grab I did. There is, it's not really conglomerate. The features where people are walking down the canyons, those are crush zones. That's why those canyons are there. And so in the overthrust, this material got crushed, and it's a long story. Let's not talk about it now. Just a view looking out from the mcave. The cell phone mine looking out towards Mount Charleston. There's the cell phone mine, general view. General view coming back about a mile before you get back to the parking. I kind of took this photo to show that everything is a covered mcave. Everything is. Kenny Veach. Going up to the mcave. Now, J. Chuck said this appears too steep. But it is a screen grab from Google Earth. And what I think is that it is like that. But when you're hiking up, you don't realize it. Right up here is the cell phone mine and the saddle. Here's the parking where Kenny Veach, everyone parks, you know, right in here, and you cut across, you go up the wash, and you work your way up. There's the mcave. There's the mcave right there. So Kenny Veach walked along here, He says, I'm coming right up on it, I'm coming right up on it, I'm coming right up on it. And he started filming because he knew he was there. And then he filmed it and said, well, that's not the one I'm looking for, but that's the mcave. That's the mcave. The spider in the hole with the eyes, that's it's right here. It's right here. It's just a cocoon of spiderweb material. The covered mcave is it's here, or it's here, but the covered mcave is right here. And the reason the covered mcave got started up is because Sean realized, well, I'm right at the mcave. Well, if I can't find it, which this is it, then it must be covered up. It must be here. So he was on the right track. He knew he was at the mcave. The light had not come on that Kenny was lying about the mcave. This is the mcave. Let's see what I called it. Midden Lower Ambush. Oh, this is way down about 1.5 miles up from the parking area. This is the huge canyon that Kenny Veach certainly went up. And this right here, I took this from right at the agave pit one. There's agave pit one. Agave pit one. You won't find it unless you go out and you're walking along the desert. If you're going up the wash, you're not even going to see it. Now, this is a complex of several agave pits that go back thousands of years. And so what I do is I take context photos from a distance to document it. Let's see, what else? Another photo of agave pit 1, agave pit complex 1, that these agave pits here are thousands of years old. But this is agave pit 1. At the start, I thought it was a cell phone mine. So did Wrath. But no, this is agave pit 1. Most people that hike up will never see it, never find it. Agave pit 1, agave pit 1, another agave pit. Let's see. Okay, now over here is flat top. It could be this. But the vehicles are parked right here. A vehicle parked right there is in full view at this point. Oh, there's the cell phone mine agave pit. Looking down, I took this picture from the cell phone mine. Very good agave pit. Very, very good. Recently used agave pit within the last 150 years. Another view from the cell phone mine towards agave pit 2. So when Kenny went over to get pine nuts, he did not walk down and then walk back up. No, he went diagonally. But this is taken from the cell phone mine. Okay, now here's the big one. This is what I believe to be a roasting pit to barely crack open the pine nut cones, because some of them are not open yet. So you barely warm them up and they open up. That is why this is not a charcoal area, nor is it an agave pit. And also for the chaff, when they roasted them very slightly to break off the husk, they would throw them up, and that is why this is located here. It was because it's at the wind. It's in the wind. So this was... this is a very important feature that nobody can identify unless I'm right. Another picture of what I perceive to be the pine nut slight roasting pit. You do not put them in there and roast them. You barely warm them up, and that is why none of this shows charcoal. And also, why is it at the top? This is the top of Wild Horse Saddle. It's there because of the wind That's because they were tossing them up and letting the chaff blow away from the wheat. Cell phone mine. Cell phone mine from the distance. Right up here is where Kenny Veach went. Right up there. He did his documented. He went up there, but this is a cell phone mine from the distance. Cell phone mine from the distance working down. Now at this point you can't see the vehicles because they're blocked by this, but from the cell phone mine you're looking right down at your vehicle. There's still snow up there at this time when I went up. I can't believe this battery is still going. Cell phone mine, the vehicles would be visible from this point. Now here's the thing I got burned on. I said that's a flat top, and anyway, no, this is the flat top. Flat top. There's the flat top where really Robin went up. Okay, I made a mistake. Give me a break. Cell phone mine. Flowers I put on the cell phone mine. The saddle. The saddle. And right up here is where Kenny Veach went. Often. There's a cell phone mine right there. Cell phone mine is virtually right at the saddle. And that is where he did his pine nut thing, where he didn't come down here and go all the way up. No, he did what everyone does. You go diagonally and right there in the trees. It only takes one. Only takes one. I mean, you don't need to be in a forest grove of millions of pine nuts. No, it only takes one. That right here is where he filmed the pine nut scene. But there's a saddle. Also right up here, going along here, is where the one hiker, mystery hiker, went. Going right along here, not giving a shit to give a word or nothing to anyone. Just his own private person. I don't like the guy. The mine. I took that picture. There's no crystal skull down there. Kenny Veach. Moon. This is about a mile from getting back to the parking. The moon. Mount Charleston. When you're up in this area of Kenny Veach, I'm telling you right now, you're up a lot higher than you think you are. You're right at the level of Mount Charleston. And so when you're up there, you feel that you're gasping for air, at least at my age. Like, no, you feel it. You feel spaced out. But this was took from right at or very close to, I would say right at the cell phone mine. I took this picture. Mount Charleston. This is some stupid cave I took a picture of. I forget. It's not the mcave. This is not the mcave. There's gas. Now, Gas Peak is named after this guy. Where Kenny Veach spent the night on Gas Peak is named after gas. It has nothing to do with gas in your car. It's this old fart. Let me click on this. You see that saddle there? Now, people may think that's Wild Horse Saddle. Well, most certainly is not. I took this picture from Wild Horse Saddle. That's where I took this picture from. So let me show you where it is. That saddle is this. That saddle is this, a prime search area. Problem is, everyone went up there. There's nothing there. But that saddle that you are seeing here, that is this. Everyone has been up there running all over the place. There's nothing there, people. Nothing. Okay, let me keep going. The battery is still going. There's the Sphinx, Kenny Veach Sphinx. This is right down where he looked over at the rock formation and said, wow, look over at that. At this point, he was coming up on the mcave. But that's that feature. That's what it really looks like in real life. Phone mine, cell phone mine. Everyone thought this was a cell phone mine, even Rath. But no, that is an agave pit. It's not the cell phone mine. Cell phone mine is right here at Wild Horse Saddle. Wrong. This is crap I saved long ago. It's not the phone mine. Cell phone mine is right here at Wild Horse Saddle. It's right here up on this ridge. Pine nuts. Pine nuts, $30 a pound, man. Agave. This is agave, long past the point where it can be harvested. And so it's dead and dying, but that is agave. That's what the Indians would get, is the agave, and roast it. But this is long past. Now, this should have been harvested. If Indians were still up there, it should have been harvested when this was approximately waist high. But that is agave right there. That is agave right there, dead and dying. They bloom once and then they die. Agave Pit 1, this is correct. These lines up here are J. Chuck Vlogs ravines and J. Chuck Wash right along here. J. Chuck Wash right here. J. Chuck ravines right here, and that is what they are. This is exactly what they are. Kenny Veach saying that I go where no one goes and all the stuff we already know. I never take anyone with me. It was over 100 degrees out. I barely made it back. I had a cup of water. I had to be rescued by a helicopter. Well, that says a lot. And he ends it with, so I have a very good safety record. Enough said. This is Agave Pit 2 at the cell phone mine. The cell phone mine is just up here out of view, but this is Agave Pit 2. Very, very significant agave pit, by the way. Very significant. And this shows the road because there was a road going up there from the mining stuff. But this is Agave Pit 2, and there's the saddle. There's Kenny Veach Saddle, Wild Horse Saddle. So when you're at the cell phone mine, you're at the saddle. You're at the saddle, and right in here is where he did his pine nut thing. There's a covered mcave. Now, I took a picture of this. I was about a couple miles before getting back to the van, and I took a picture of this, and I did take other pictures, but I took a picture that, well, I've spotted 479 covered mcaves, but that is right there along the wash. It's right there. I mean, so when I saw this stuff about the covered mcave, why should I not make fun of it? I mean, Stav is lost. There's Stav is lost. Stav is lost could park down at Kenny Veach parking and be up on Sheep Peak in 7 minutes. Just looking down at the vehicle. The vehicles are parked right here. They're parked right here, so they're there. As a matter of fact, there it is. Yeah, there it is. So distances are bigger than you think they are. You know, there it is, right there. The cut. There's the cut. Agave Pit 3, Agave Pit 4. Oh, brother, it's 18 minutes and the battery's still going. Okay, I think I'm at the beginning. Anyway, some idiot placed that beer there. I don't know who. But anyway, that's the end.